Hi there, everyone. Robert Zink here, and this is kind of a casual video. It's not scripted, it's not planned, but I think it's important. It's about living your life on your own terms. And it's important because this is your life. There are no do overs. There's no, well, this is a rehearsal and it will get better tomorrow. This is it. Each day you are on stage, and this is your time. You don't have any other time. This is it. So I'm thinking about that because 20 years ago today, my father passed away. He died from mesothelioma, which is a cancer that lies dormant in your body for 40, 50, 60 years, and then it comes to life. So it really goes to show you the things that you do early on in life, like in his case, he worked in the shipyards when he was 16 years of age. And he was building ships for the war, for World War II, and there was asbestos flying everywhere. And he was exposed to this asbestos. And that's eventually what killed him. Something he did when he was 16 killed him when he was 74. It's amazing. It's amazing. So everything that we do has a consequence down the road. That's the law of attraction. But I just want to share a little bit more with you about him and about you taking mastery over your own life. A lot of the things we have here on the shelf mean a great deal to me. I see it as a father eagle. And this is me. This is my dad. This is me. But also, this is me. And this is my son, Julian. And when I think about our world today, and I think about my own earlier mistakes with my older children, I think about how fathers are not living up to their obligation. Fathers are not being who they were called to be. They're not raising themselves up and taking their whole family with them. But my dad did that for me. So we're going to walk down the hall here. I'm going to show you a few things as we go. But my family was very, very poor. And Italian American immigrants went through World War II and the Great Depression. At one time, my grandpa worked for $3 a week during the Depression, doing any kind of work he could get. And so every little thing had great value. Every nickel, every dime had great value. And they created beliefs. And those beliefs, by today's standards, we would say they were a poverty mindset. But the truth of the matter is, they were a survival mindset. But my father, at 12 years of age, he began working. And he would water this lady's lawn day and night. Day and night. For a quarter a week. For a quarter a week. And he would take that quarter at the end of the week and he would give it. He wouldn't even buy himself an ice cream cone. He would give it to my Aunt Lizzie, and she would store that money. She would save that money for him. And she would keep it safe because in his house there were cousins and other people coming and going, and he didn't know if the money would be safe in his house. And to him, saving money was absolutely essential. He did it his way. And then, when World War II broke out, he was in high school, and he went to the recruiter and said, "Am I old enough to join?" He tried to join when he was 16, and they wouldn't let him in. A year later, he joined at 17, and he joined the U.S. Navy. Now, my grandmother, and of course the family, was all against it. You don't have to join yet. You haven't been drafted. But he joined nonetheless because he chose to live his own path, his own destiny, high flyers. And that's what I'm talking to you about. He made a decision. Now, that decision almost cost him his life. His ship was sunk in the Battle of Leyte Gulf. He was on a baby carrier called the Gambier Bay, and it went down, and 900 people lay in the water as the enemy fly overhead, shooting bullets into them. And then after the enemy took off, sharks began to smell the blood and come in and literally have a feast. And my dad would, holding onto his life vest in the water, would see someone being drug under the water by a shark and demolished. And so years later, when I would talk to him about my fear of flying, he would say, Robert, look it, I was around people that were being eaten up by sharks. I felt the shark's fin touch the bottom of my feet. Yet I'm here today. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. When it's your time to go, nothing can stop it. And until it's your time to go, nothing can make it happen. So I think about how he raised us without the aid of my mother part of the time. He raised us, and he always taught us one thing, that in life you never look backward. You always look forward. Because that's the direction that you're traveling, high flyers. You're traveling forward. You're traveling in the direction of your dreams and your goals. But if you start looking backward, you're not traveling in the direction of your dreams and goals, and your thoughts and energy are going in reverse. They're holding you back, so to speak. This is your life. Now, when he discovered he had cancer, they wanted him on chemotherapy. And he said, no, I will use natural medicines. I will use natural vitamins and things like that. But I will not take chemotherapy. I thought, how brave. Because he knew the dangers of chemotherapy. And he felt that the dangers of chemotherapy were stronger than going it alone. And he was right. The kind of cancer he had, very few, if any, people have ever survived. So maybe the chemotherapy might have given him a little bit more time. But I'm not certain if that's the case. Anyway, come on into the office here for a moment. This is the office around here, and today I have a little candle burning. And this is my father when he was 17, 18 years of age, and he was in his Navy uniform. And I'm keeping a candle here today to illuminate him not only in my life, but in the life of my son and my family. 20 years later, what he represents for me is this energy, this vitality of doing things your own way. Not everything was easy for him. He had some horrific challenges, but he overcame them and he did them in his own way. So, High Flyers, he's gone now. He's been gone for 20 years. His life is over. His time is over. But your life is right now. Today is the best day of your life. There is no day better. You may have a day in the future that's better, and it may be the best day of your life. But for right now, you are alive, you are breathing, and you have the potential to do or create or have anything you desire. What are you going to do? Whimper? Are you going to whimper about how tough your life is? Are you going to whimper and cry about how someone left you? Are you going to whimper and cry about how you don't have money? Or are you going to get off your ass and start living and live your life to your fullest potential? Are you going to set intentions, take control of your thoughts and your beliefs, and live your life in your own direction so that on your last day, because I remember my father's last day, on your last day, you can say, I did it my way. I chose to live my life in the best way I knew how. I didn't hold back. When everybody else was afraid to jump off the cliff with that parachute on, I jumped. When everybody else was afraid to invest in a business, I invested. When everybody else was... This is your life. This is your time. It's your journey. It's your path. Live it fully. I can't say any more than that. If you do that, you will manifest your deepest desires and your deepest dreams. I promise. You have a great day, soaring high like a beautiful eagle, and thank you for joining me on this live video. We'll do more of these through the month of December and into the new year. Bye-bye now.